I can't do this anymore. It's not you, it's me. I think you deserve someone better. Someone who can treat you right. Those words kept repeating on echo as I stood in front of a door which stood in between what was once my home, a place I once called my home, a place that once comforted me, that once provided roof over my head, a place where I was loved, a place where I was protected, a place where I felt like a queen, a place that was once my little castle in heaven. I finally gathered my last strength and placed a fist on the door. I banged once, I banged twice. A few seconds later, the door swung open. My heart almost skipped a beat. I was thrilled, excited, hoping, but nevertheless scared. It had been a while. It had been 3 years. 3 full years since I last saw him. The last day I pictured his face. He looked at me, his eyes bloodshot, soaking in tears. He looked at me, he begged, and he cried as I crushed his heart, as I crushed his last hope. Xolani, that's his name. Xolani was with me when everybody left, when every living relative couldn't care any less if I went to bed hungry or not. Xolani was there. He made sure I went to bed in a full stomach. He made sure I had toiletries. He made sure I went to school. He made sure he provided everything and anything that I needed. He was my main support system. He was always there, always willing to listen, always so supportive. I remember when I held my university acceptance letter. I was not even as thrilled. In fact, I was hurt because I knew there was absolutely no way I was going there. I knew I couldn't afford to be there. I knew that after finishing my matric, I would have to go and look for jobs. I would have looked for anything, even being a mere cashier, because that's what I needed to do in order to survive. But then he was there. He was there to lift my chin up, and he gazed. He looked straight into my eyes and told me that I am going to varsity. I thought he was crazy. He didn't know what he was talking about. There was no absolute way I was going there. But then, a few weeks later, when the days were nearing, he came to me with an envelope that carried everything I needed for a startup. He provided me with the money to go and get things that were going to be essential for my stay over there. He even contributed half to my studies. The rest, which eventually ended up being covered by a bursary I got when I got there. He didn't just end there. He made sure that I don't feel left out. He made sure he provided. He made sure I got everything and everything that I wanted. But then, when I got there, I realized Olani wasn't it. And then, me, the very same girl he sacrificed everything for, crushed him. I couldn't date a taxi driver. I wouldn't date a taxi driver. Imagine me, a whole qualified teacher, a whole qualified teacher dating uMagezi Mpombeni. No ways. I had to look. I had to keep up with the person I was becoming. And then that's exactly where I left uXolani. I never looked back. I had already found someone who was doing so well in his life. Umuntu ofundile, who was up to my standards. Someone who had it all, a car, a nice place, and someone who was already seeing where he was going. I dated him. I was so happy. My life was starting to become clear. I was starting to live the life that I've always yearned for. A few years down the line, he left. He cheated. He cheated and he left. He left and crushed me the same way I crushed Olani. The very same guy I thought was up to my standards. The very same guy I was so convinced was it. Left me with an egg in my face. After him, I tried dating others. I did meet others. I did meet more people who were better than him. But none was ever equal to Xolani. None ever gave me the love that Xolani did. No one ever really cared. That's when I decided I need to go back. That's when I decided I needed to see him. That's when I decided I need to go there, apologize, and make him see I was young and stupid. But then as the door swung open, a lady in a pregnant belly with a ring on her left finger opened with a graceful smile. She greeted. I swear to God, my heart almost stopped.